In this video, we shall be looking at how to set up an access control system. Here are the various components we will be wiring together to make up our access control system. We have here a ZKT MB460 time and attendance terminal, which also has an access control function. Here is an electromagnetic door lock. This is the side that is fixed to a door frame, as illustrated in the picture here. And this side is fixed to the door itself, so that when the door is closed and the electromagnet is activated, these two parts get magnetized to each other, thereby preventing the door from being opened unless you are verified through the verification terminal. Here is an exit button, which can also be used to open the magnetic lock. We will also be using this power supply unit. Through this power supply, we will be wiring our systems together. Here are the terminals where we will be doing the terminations. Here are cables we will be utilizing to connect our systems together. Now that everything is ready, I'll turn off this device. So I'll turn off the power and disconnect this. So these are the points through which we will be terminating cables into this machine. But we will first plug in these termination blocks that have been provided with the machine. So plug it this way. The second one comes here. So we are now ready to do our terminations. This is a diagram we would follow to do our terminations. So basically, this diagram is showing the 4 parts that we need to connect together in order to set up the access control system and how the connections are supposed to be done. Let's start the wiring process, and we will begin with the MB460 machine. On the MB460, which is shown here, the diagram shows that we are supposed to connect a cable from the point that is labeled 12 volts or 12V. So here is a cable, and according to this directive on the machine, the 12V is the second hole on the connection port here when you count from the top. So we will put the cable here and press the side here to let the cable lock in here. So the first cable to the MB460 has been well placed. When you come back to the diagram, the other end of the cable placed at plus 12V goes to the plus 12V in the power supply unit. So this is the end of the cable, and this is the plus 12V in the power supply unit, as you can see. So we will loose the screw here and place the cable. Tighten it up. Now we are back to the diagram again, and there is a cable from GND on the MB460, as you can see here. So let's place that cable on the MB460. GND is the first port at the top, as you can see from the label here, which refers to this port that is here. So we will place the cable here, press the side to lock it up. The other end of this connection goes to GND on the power supply unit. Here is GND on the power supply unit. So we'll place the cable here. This means that we have completed a second connection for the MB460 machine. The next connection is placed at COM. So let's place that cable. According to this directive on the machine, COM is number 2 at the right here. So we will place a cable here, press the side to lock it up. The other end of the cable from COM also goes to GND on the power supply unit. GND is down here, so we will add it to this connection. Tighten them up. That does it for cable number 3. There is another connection from NO on the MB460. There is an NO1 here at connection port number 3, which means we will put a cable here, lock it up. The other end of NO from here goes to push on the power supply unit. Here is push on the power supply unit. So I will loosen it up, place the cable, and tighten it up. So by this diagram, we are done with the cabling for the MB460 machine. So we can now turn it over. Here are the cables for the electromagnetic lock. I've made the conductor with the labelings as the positive terminal, and the other one without the labelings is made the negative terminal. On this diagram, the positive terminal of the lock goes to NC, and here is NC on the power supply unit. So I'll place the positive terminal to this point. Tighten it up. The negative terminal goes to COM. Here is COM at the middle here. I'll screw it up. So we are left with the exit button to connect. You can see that a terminal from the exit button goes to GND on the power supply unit. The GND is here, so I will loosen this point and add the cable to the 2 cables that are already on the GND. Tighten it. The other cable from the exit button goes to push. The push is here. Place the cable and tighten it up. So this means that all our connections are done. I have my power supply plug here, so I'll plug it up to my power source. Turn it on. I'll turn on the MB460 machine as well. You can see that the system is booting up and the system is ready. The red light here means that the lock is active, so you can separate the 2 parts of the lock, and this connotes access restriction. So let's start by testing the exit button and see if it will be able to open the magnetic lock. So I'll press the exit button. Alright, it has opened it up. The lock has been activated again. I'll try and open it up with my fingerprint, which I have already added to the system. So I'll place my finger here. It has opened it. I will also try by opening it with this RFID card, which I have also added to the system. So I will swipe it here. You can see that it has opened it. So that is how simple it is to set up an access control system using the MB460 time and attendance terminal. It's been a pleasure coming your way again. I welcome your comments, feedbacks, and questions if you have any. But don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Thank you.